2016 and offer a variety of breaks from pick your teams and pick your players to random teams and drafted teams, mixers, and more. We built this app with the collector in mind, with features like scheduled drop times, custom notification settings, and earn rewards on purchases, among other things. And we want to be a one-stop shop for collectors, which is why we've added services like PSA grading and eBay consignment straight from breaks. We are a PSA authorized dealer and offer grading services from value to walkthrough. All you need to do is fill out the form on our website within 24 hours of a break completing, and we will take care of the rest. All submissions for breaks come with a review and wipe down of your card, and you won't be charged anything until we get your card back from PSA. eBay consignment is a similar process, where you will need to fill out a form on our site within 24 hours of a break completing for any cards you'd like to submit. All cards will be listed next business day for a 5-day auction starting at 99 cents. And after the sale, you'll have the option to be paid out via check, PayPal goods, or break credit. The links for these services will be in the description of every break. If you have any questions about how the app or how our breaks work, feel free to message us on your preferred social platform. Or jump in the chat of one of our breaks and the break host can help walk you through it.
What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I'm ready. I mean, this is a short week with a holiday on Monday, but I'm already ready for Friday.
Everything, my whole schedule has just been off this week. Like, coming off of Milwaukee last weekend, and then, like, playing catch-up, and then having the weird weekend, and that, like, yeah, I don't know what day it feels like to me. It does not feel like Friday.
I agree.
It feels like a short week, but a super long week at the exact same time.
Yeah. I need a vacation. Anyone else need a vacation? Let's all go on vacation. We need to have a real sports cards vacation
Group
where
vacation.
It's just like, okay, everybody meet in Vegas.
That's not the worst idea.
Everybody
actually.
meet in Vegas on this day.
Yep. I'd be in.
I'm in.
Is that your next vacation spot? Is Vegas?
Can we go now? I'm ready. Say hello when you drop into the feed. Let us know that you're here and hanging out. I see Al. I see Crosscheck. I see Zach in the chat. Whether you are hanging out with us on YouTube or Facebook or in the app, we want to know that you are here and hanging out.
Matt says he said you worked 4 full days. That's 4 more days than Crosscheck worked this week.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, April 15th goes by and Crosscheck's like,
I don't think he's worked since then.
I don't think he probably hasn't worked since April 15th.
I doubt it. All those accountants just lazy.
I mean, Chicago is a very good option for doing a group vacation. We'll already be there.
Correct.
It's a grind. I'm not sure that I would call that a vacation for us, but
It's definitely not the most relaxing weekend.
yeah.
It's fun, not relaxing.
It's a good time. If you have not been to the National, we highly recommend the National. I think anyone who's been there, highly recommend for the National.
Yep.
It's in Chicago for the next 3 years in a row.
Which is sweet. Chicago's the
which
best
is
location
fantastic. It is the best spot for the National.
Yep.
And we're excited for that.
Yeah, it's coming up quick.
But before that, we're only 3 weeks away from Fanatics Fest in New York City.
Yep.
Also a grind, but we're looking forward to something a little bit different there this year.
Yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be a cool show. I like. They're already they're teasing all their big celebrities and athletes and stuff that are coming in. Like, it's just gonna be packed to the gills with people that. It's gonna be fun. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, we're going to Fanatics Fest with 2 goals. See how many app downloads we can get from the attendees, and also to do a little collector pod.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a little collector interview podcast. So if you find yourself in New York City for Fanatics Fest, would like to come talk about the hobby with us, then you can come sit in with us at the show in the booth and have a little bit of hobby talk. So we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it'd be cool setup for sure.
Yep. So ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
So how about those Pacers? I talked to Tom this morning.
Yes, sirs.
I talked to Tom.
Yes, sirs.
Tom's a Pacers fan mainly because of his buddy Vance.
Yeah.
Who
Like one of his best friends from high school or something, right?
Yeah, who works for the Pacers.
Correct.
And Tom told me this morning he's going out for Game 6.
Really?
Yep.
That's back in Indiana, right?
It is.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, I mean, I'm sure they wanted to secure the series with the win yesterday.
Yeah.
But I think securing it at home will be
Pretty cool.
a good time. So Tom's.
I mean, it might be their last win of the season.
I mean, the way OKC has been playing, they look really good.
I've got OKC winning that series.
They look really good, but yeah, I mean, having those 4 stars anchor the playoffs, I think has been fun.
So I just saw something on Twitter yesterday or the other day that is talking about how OKC has such a young core. I think they're the youngest team in the league, like average age of like 24.2 or something like that.
Okay.
They also have like 12 first or second round picks in the next 4 or 5 years.
Seriously?
Yes.
Woo.
Because of all those like the Paul George trade and who I forget all the other trades that they made, but they stockpiled all these draft
Durant
picks.
or I don't know, dude.
I don't think the Durant one was a big one. I'm sure it helped them with that, but
I heard that Durant's thinking about coming back and closing out his career there.
that'd be sweet actually.
I mean, you bring Durant back into a team that's got Shea and Chet. I mean,
J-Dub, all these guys. That'd be crazy actually.
yeah.
That would be crazy. Yeah, but these dudes, like, it's because someone was asking, like, oh, can the Wolves ever, are the Wolves ever going to win our championship? I was like, honestly, with this specific team, I think they're close, but you look at all these other teams around them, and you look at the Thunder, like, how are they ever supposed to get past the Thunder? Even when the Thunder have guys that have to go sign for big bucks elsewhere to the Lakers or whoever else, like, they've still got so much draft capital in the next handful of years that it's like...
Yeah. Well, you have to make good draft picks.
They've done that.
They've
done really well.
I feel like you should be able to draft somebody at 8 that can contribute.
100%.
And we did not do that last year.
No.
Right? We drafted somebody at 8.
Terrence Shannon wasn't terrible, but he just didn't play at all.
Well, but he wasn't our 8th pick.
Oh, that's right. Dillingham was the 8. I forgot about that. I forgot that Dillingham was the 8 and Terrence Shannon was like the 30-something or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, Dillingham came in as the 8th pick and did 0.
Yeah, that's tough.
Right? He's more of a traditional, like, ball handling assist kind of point guard type player.
He's got a shot. Yeah, yeah.
But even in the limited minutes that he got this year,
Yeah, but he didn't have any time to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. He also, I'll tell you this, just observing him on the court, his bio says that he's 6'3". He looks 5'8".
Yeah, he doesn't look that tall.
No, I'm not saying that he's 5'8".
Yeah.
When he's on the court next to everyone else,
he just looks smaller.
He looks like he's as tall as you.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. But
it'll be fine.
You need to be able to draft players that are going to come in and make an impact.
Yeah, not be projects.
And
especially as you're a contending team.
Yeah, he may be a great point guard.
Yeah.
He may be a great point guard at some time in the future. But let's draft people that can make an immediate impact to a team that's close.
That's close, yeah. 100%.
That's close. They only need something specific to get them over that hump.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, this summer, that something specific is going to be getting rid of Rudy Gobert. And doing something else.
Maybe an unpopular opinion, but I share it. So
I don't think you're going to be able to win with him. I don't know what they have to do. They have to do something, obviously, because they're not going to get. I will say it is impressive that they could. I'm not going to say they blew up their core, but I'd say Cat was a big part of their core, and doing that to get in Randall and DiVincenzo and these guys and still making it to the WCF is pretty impressive. But yeah, they didn't. That last game was bad.
Well, the truth is, the beginning of the season, the way they started off the season,
it looked like they weren't even going to make the playoffs.
It did. It was like, how did we do this? How did we blow up this team and then go from Western Conference Finals to missing the playoffs?
Yeah.
It felt like that for like the first 15 games.
Yeah, you get some chemistry together.
Yeah. It took them a little while for Randall to slot in.
Correct.
Where he could perform.
Yep.
But they figured it out.
Yeah,
they went into the playoffs with the right momentum, but I'd like to see Ant. I'd like to see Ant go to the hole
like Shea.
more like Shea.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got the ability to do it, but he'd rather like dance around and try and juke people and pop off a three.
Maybe Ant's just not that good.
Oof.
Ant's pretty good. Maybe that's my hot take. Maybe Ant's just not that good.
He's a little hot and cold on effort. Sometimes, but he's pretty good.
No, it's pretty good. I agree.
Tonight's a big day. We were talking about a long week.
Yeah.
A long short week. But tonight's big night.
Today's a big day.
Today's big day. Destin Rivals release day.
Yep.
But tonight, our Pokemon trade night, which always, it is shoulder to shoulder every inch of this store for Pokemon
busy.
trade night.
It's always busy.
Like, if you are thinking about coming into the store today because you want to pick up some product or some other new releases, Midnight Football, whatever it is, and you are not a Pokemon person, do not come after 6 o'clock.
Yep.
It will be an absolute zoo in here. So make sure you get in here before 6 if you are planning to come in for anything else.
Yep. Destin Rivals is a big one. We have a little bit of it. We don't have an unlimited amount, unfortunately, but it's the next line of this super hot line of Pokemon products that's released so far this year.
Right.
And this one has a chance to be the biggest one.
It does. Really does. The last two have been really strong.
Yeah.
But I think the excitement and hype level around this one.
Yeah, the throwback to Team Rocket is cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's another level of excitement.
Yeah.
So,
I think Tom's actually going to have I think he has a Pokemon mixer teased up with some new Destin Rivals for this morning. Yep.
I had fun this week sitting down with Amberly at the kitchen table and going through her book.
Okay.
To get all of her cards ready for trade night.
To get them ready for trade night?
Yeah, because Amberly has really been enjoying the Pokemon trade night.
Yeah.
So we got our nice book.
Was it the prismatic binders or something like
that?
The
prismatic binder. Yeah. Yep. Oh, and we got one for free at the MN Card Show because I bought a collection of Pokemon cards.
Yep.
And the guy had them all loaded into a prismatic binder.
Perfect.
So we took out all the cards that we wanted for the store and then gave the rest in the binder to Amberly. So she's got some nice trade bait for tonight.
That's awesome. Yeah, the last couple times she's been hustling.
Yeah, she's
out like popping back and forth and trading with people and
and we did load a little bit of V Friends in there.
Oh, interesting.
And a little bit of Kakao Disney Aura in there.
She might be the only kid with some of that stuff.
So she's gonna have some V Friends and some Disney to wheel and deal tonight.
You just have to tell her that if she's the only one with them, they got to get a premium. Supply and demand. So I'm teaching her.
Right. Yeah, you want this Elsa card? It's going to cost you like 4 Charizards.
You come home rich tonight after this.
Yeah.
No, it'll be fun. The Pokemon events are fun.
Yeah.
We've also got another release, non-Pokemon related, but Midnight Football today.
Midnight Football looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Topps listened a little bit on feedback on prior football releases.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, one, they listened on prior Midnight releases, right? So they've done Midnight UFC, they've done some other Midnights, and they had positioned it kind of as a higher end product.
Yeah.
And the market did not respond to it I mean, granted, non-licensed and UFC and things like this, that didn't respond to it as a $700 box. Right? And some of the recent feedback on football has been like, these products are really, really good. They're just a little too expensive.
Right.
Like, they're really good, just a little too expensive. And this product's releasing at a fantastic price.
Yeah.
So 3 autos, like a $250 box.
Something like that, yeah.
It looks like it could be a really cool value.
Yeah, because Midnight UFC, Midnight Buddhist, all these products, the product itself has been epic.
The cards are
like,
beautiful.
Midnight Basketball, it's such a cool looking product.
The case hits are amazing.
And sell really well.
The tough inserts look fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, Midnight as a product has been amazing.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for they haven't announced it, but 2025 Midnight Baseball
It's gonna be
seems
wild.
like it should be a no-brainer.
Correct.
Could be a wild product.
Yep.
So that'll be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But, as long as this product kind of toes the line with the way these recent ones have, where you can actually hit the good autos.
I have seen that out of every single Topps product.
It's
so far
such
this
a
year.
refreshing change from Panini football, where it is a lottery ticket to hit a good autograph.
Yeah.
I mean, they've almost shifted. They had to shift towards kabooms and downtowns and color blasts and make those the hits, because they watered down autographs so much they almost became non-hits.
Yeah. Yeah, you just weren't hitting any of those big guys.
Right.
When they were in the products, obviously.
Right. And so now it feels like, oh man, every time I buy a Topps football box, I have a chance of hitting a Caleb Williams auto.
Legit chance.
Or a Jaden Daniels auto.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
100%.
So I like that.
Yep. Speaking of Midnight Baseball, we have some baseball products coming up soon.
Yep.
We just got solicited a big one yesterday, actually.
Yep.
Which is one of the most limited ones of the year.
Yeah, and it's going to be the last 2024 product of the year. So
And it looks wild.
last
wild this
last
year.
week they solicited us Inception 2024 Inception.
Which is going to be one of the coolest
So
products
that's
of the year.
last year's rookie class. Going to be amazing.
Yep.
No question.
Correct.
And then yesterday they solicited Dynasty Baseball,
Yep.
which will be the last 2024. And now you're talking about Dynasty patch autos of that rookie class. And that one could be wild.
There are going to be some big cards pulled out of Dynasty.
Yep.
A lot of the teaser stuff, it just goes along with every single year Fanatics has been just making products better, doing different things and making them better. We've seen it with Inception, and they're doubling down on Inception this year with the first base milestones, where they teased a picture of an Ellie with the Reds logo from his very first hit.
Yep.
All those sort of things, just nasty patches everywhere, and the same type of thing with Dynasty with just better patches. I know they're doing I saw Otani sponsor logo patch, doing just little different things like that I feel like make a big difference in what the cards resell for and how the product does overall.
Right. And we're knocking on the door of Series 2 baseball.
Yeah, it's
already.
coming up really quick, actually. Crazy enough.
It honestly, this spring has flown by so fast, because it feels like we just ripped Series 1
100%.
baseball.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like long at all. I mean, that was February. We're looking at 3 months already.
It's been almost four
4
months since Series 1 came out. Those 4 months just
this time thing is wild.
vanished.
This time thing is crazy.
So, yeah. Well, looking forward to it. I mean, it's nice. This is how the cadence of new product releases is every year. And for baseball fans, we're getting to the time where the baseball products just start to pop.
Yeah.
And you're going to start to see a regular flow of baseball over the course of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that'll be fantastic.
Yep.
That'll be fantastic.
Yep.
So, Stone Cold Cope has a good question here. As always, this is intended to be a question and answer time. We want to hang out with you guys, not talk at you guys. But Stone Cold Cope says, help me out and scroll up, please. The comments move it, and Emil's reading ahead. Ever thought of pulling Titus after a rough first break and replacing him with a random customer? And do you know anyone who wants to coach an NHL hockey team located in North Texas?
Did you see what happened with the Stars yesterday?
Yes.
Did you see what happened with them pulling the goalie and the interview?
Yes.
That's what we need to do. We need to have if Titus skunks a lot of people in a break, like get him on an interview real quick and just be talking about how bad he performed.
Right.
Oh, poor Jake Ottinger.
We almost need we almost need bullpen breakers.
Yep, bringing the righty.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do that. It's like, all right, Emil, get out of the seat. Let the real professionals sit down and open a few boxes.
It's been a while since you've ripped, actually.
I'm due. Maybe some. I probably won't be available for Midnight Football, but
no,
that would be a fun one to rip.
Inception based. Do the three-caser for me tonight.
Inception baseball. I don't want to steal that $15 commission away from you.
I appreciate that. Speaking of the hockey team in North Texas, I'm super pumped for a Stanley Cup rematch.
Honestly, I will never, ever, ever have good feelings about that hockey team.
Which one? Florida?
No,
or Edmonton?
No, North Texas.
Oh, yeah. Well, no one will. No one from Minnesota will.
No, sorry. I'm still bitter.
I wasn't around during that, so it doesn't really bother me that much.
Right.
But, and I like a few of the guys on that team, but, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're out now, so
Good.
Who cares?
Good.
McDavid's going to get his first cup this year.
I mean, I would not be disappointed in that.
The only problem with McDavid getting a cup is that means a Canadian team's going to win a cup, and I have mixed feelings about that personally. Like, being able to say for how long that a Canadian team just hasn't won the cup for X amount of years, that makes me feel good inside. Something about it just makes me happy.
I don't know. I think I'm down for the McDavid Cup.
Yeah, I might sacrifice the Canadian thing for McDavid.
Yeah.
Did you see Bone got posted on?
Bone made the tops.
He
feed.
made the tops.
Bone made the tops feed, pulling a red refractor auto of Pete Crow Armstrong.
Which at the time wasn't. It was a big card.
But
his stuff has 4x'd in the last 2 months.
He's playing out of his mind.
It's wild, yeah.
And that card today is a much bigger card than when Bone posted it.
Correct.
Did you read some of the? I have a blast.
I read every single one of Top's comments.
I have a blast reading the comments on Top's posts.
Yeah.
Because, Top's social media will just tell you how horrible people are.
It's so
how horrible humanity is revealed in the comments on Top's posts. I don't quite get it. It
doesn't make sense.
They're even more than anywhere else. More than political posts. I feel like
there's more animosity in Topps' comment section than it is on Fox News.
On Trump stuff.
Right.
Seriously, you can post something good about Trump, and there's more hate on a Topps post that is just like, hey, look at this cool card, and everybody's like, the world is ending.
Correct.
More than anything else.
Here's my favorite comment, and a lot of you guys might be able to relate to this one. Another real sports cards clip. Now just pull one when I buy from them. That's really funny.
I like that one. I like that one.
That's really funny.
So feel free, guys. Whenever you see those kinds of posts, to go out there and throw us a little love. We'll take it.
Make sure we completely ruin the hobby. Breaker rips 500 boxes and gets a big hit with the yawning emoji. Ugly card, ugly signature.
Random. Why are you commenting? If you hate baseball cards, why are you following Topps?
Guaranteed he didn't pull that out of a hobby store. That's false, actually. He did. We have 2 hobby stores.
Yep. That box could have just as easily been opened in the store as being opened on camera.
Correct.
So, and I don't get it. Like, why is there the hate on breakers when, like, we don't get to keep the cards? These cards are going to collectors. Yeah. Everything we pull goes to a collector.
No, we're the bad guys.
But yeah, well, you're the bad. I'm not a breaker anymore. You're the bad guy. Emil's the bad guy.
Heavy as the head. Heavy as the head.
Yeah. So, but I love it. I'm just like, holy cow! Look at how nasty all these people are, and why do they still follow Tops? Like, it's
that's weird. If you hate it so much, if you hate the hobby and you hate everything about it, why are you following Tops and taking time out of your day to comment on it?
I mean, just like hating, like
it's the same thing with everything.
But if you hate anything, like, it's so much better to live your life like ignoring what you hate instead of every day like, make nasty, nasty posts on social media.
I don't follow the Wisconsin Badgers football team on social media for that reason.
Right.
Or Michigan.
You're not gonna be
I'm not following
like,
Michigan.
Badgers.
I hate this post. Hate this state.
I hate this team. Oh, go eat some cheese. Like, yeah, I mean, come on. Let's be real here. Can't we spend some time like following and commenting on the stuff that we enjoy?
I don't know. Now that I think about it, that might give me some joy. Just dogging the Badgers.
I don't know.
I commented on Tom's Facebook post yesterday. That gave me some joy.
The amount of times Emil and Cassis and a handful of these guys have been having fun in the Waupun, Wisconsin.
It's a great group.
The local Waupun, Wisconsin group with troll posts. But that troll posts are way different than hate posts.
Yeah, and I'm a semi-Waupun resident.
Yeah, I feel like I just want to drop into a post, like a Tops post, and like, hey, great card, really, really nice. I like this. But you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna get like 12 people that respond and be like, oh yeah, kiss Tops butt, yeah.
My favorite was the Be Friends post when we had posted a picture of the and again, whether you like or hate Be Friends doesn't matter, but we had posted the 101 sketch. I think Gary
of the worm.
Tough to beat a worm for the dirt, which is it's a cool card in my opinion. But we posted it, and there were so many dudes like.
Oh, the comments were vicious.
It was bad.
The comments were vicious.
It was bad.
I replied.
Yeah.
I commented. I'm like, imagine being a guy with his feelings hurt so much that he has to post nasty comments
over a sketch card,
over something like this, like over a product that clearly wasn't made for them. Yeah.
Social media is a fun thing.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Were there any other questions in that mix? Prophet says lose the hat and see what we're dealing with.
I got hair.
Good. I had to get cut up yesterday. We did engagement photos last night.
I told Emil, I said, I called him last night. He's like, I'm getting ready for my pictures. I'm like, what, are you in makeup or something right now? Like, at the end of the day, you know that you can't fix ugly. So,
yeah. No, I was just...
He goes, well, I'm trying to at least smell good. That's what he says.
Smell good and be on time. Those are my two requirements. And I was on time, so it was good.
Yeah, did you find any cool things to take a picture in? Like do you take a picture in front of something? Like, do you go to like a park and get like flowers or something like this?
We were in North Loop, Minneapolis, right by the river. So there's some cool scenery or whatever. I really wanted to take all of our pictures with the big Grain Belt beer sign right in the background of them.
Yeah.
Jenna didn't like that idea.
Urban landscaping.
That's what I said. I said it's cool. It's literally a staple of Minnesota. It's this big Grain Belt sign.
Yeah.
Show people that we're in Minnesota. It's very, it's kind of a nice nod to where we're from.
And then you can post it on Facebook and everybody be like, oh,
that sign sucks.
Nice engagement pic. That sign sucks.
I hate that beer.
That beer tastes awful. Blah, 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 right? That's the only comments and then Jenna's friends are like, oh, you look so cute. You
Yeah,
look
that's
so
all these
cute.
guys
You look so
commenting.
cute. And all the dudes are like, that beer's terrible.
The Wisconsin guys, Minnesota sucks.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
The North Loop was fun. We did we did our pictures, then we went to. It's my favorite restaurant. I think it's one of you like it a lot too. Porzana.
I like Porzana. It's not
not
my
your favorite.
I got other favorites.
I think it's my favorite. But yeah, we did that and had a nice meal, and it was so good. It was so good again. I got some leftovers that I'll be chawing on today. So yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, it's always good bringing home, like, some of the things that I've brought home actually are better the second time. From, like, you put them in the air fryer, like I like the short rib. I like the short rib at Butcher's Tail on Hennepin, and that is almost better.
Yeah,
it's almost better. It's different. It gets a little
different.
crispy.
Right.
Gets a little crispy. Throw it in the air fryer, and the fat kind of marbleizes or crystallizes and gets a little sweet, and that's a win right there.
Next time I gotta try to throw some more hot sauce on it because they have that like Frank's hot sauce like.
Well, it's like a molasses like.
There's a little bit of size.
It's got some heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean they put a ton of it on your plate. You just gotta sop it up.
True. I haven't been there in a little bit. Last time we were there, actually I had been there not too long ago, but you couldn't make it.
I didn't even get to go. We had our strategic planning meeting downtown and did our dinner that night at Butcher's Tail.
Yep.
And of course I picked my own favorite restaurant to do this dinner at. And then I had to go to a city council meeting to defend my property rights as a property owner. What a joke.
And so you missed out.
Don't get me started on the city of Champlin.
Missed out on it.
On the live stream.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Not allowed to do that, I don't think.
What can you do? So, what else we got for questions, guys? We got a little bit of time to dig into anything you want to know about real sports cards, about the hobby, about fanatics, you name it. We've had some fun updates on our new store.
Mm-hmm.
We got our first digital renderings of the design plans,
which is crazy,
for the new store.
Yep.
We should have our design plans finalized in like 10 days. So it feels like we're cruising along here and getting closer and closer and closer to this grand opening that we're going to be having.
I don't want to overhype how cool the first renderings look, but they look pretty cool.
It will make our current store here, and if you've been in our current store, it will make our current store look like an old card shop.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird to think about how kind of groundbreaking this store was, and and it is obviously really nice, and people still come in like, oh, this is amazing, but like this store, like when you look at the two, it is like, did you put 5 minutes into the shop? Like, do you really only think of this for 5-10 minutes?
Yeah. The design is amazing. No, we have a full interior 3D renderings done, Chris, for the new store. So it's exciting.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
Al asked, can we put Bowman 101 jackpots, the bounties, somewhere in the community feature? Are you thinking, Al, just to keep track of when it's hit, or just to see the cards that they're pulled, or what were you thinking? And we do have that, wholesale burn or just hobby talk pages that we can throw that stuff into.
Yeah, maybe the hobby talk one, we can do periodic Bowman jackpot updates.
Yeah, bounties,
yeah.
Yep. And
post in there. Yeah, I mean, you can post in there the updated bounty amounts. You could post in there the pictures of the cards that that are hit.
Mm-hmm.
No, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
So
said all the above.
you're gonna start to see some things, and you're gonna want to keep updated on the 2025 summer road trip community chat room, because we are getting very, very close to start rolling out more details about our big summer promo.
We'll have some details rolling out today.
Today. All right.
Yep.
Today. They're coming.
Yep.
They're coming. So keep an eye out for those. Should be. Well, I think this one is going to be really fun. We had a blast last year with the what do we call it?
The collector games.
The collector games.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking Olympics, but I'm like, you can't use that. That's trademark.
Yeah, you actually can't even say that on the
Can't
screen.
even say it. I'm now getting sued because I said Olympics on a podcast. No, yeah. So we did the collector games last year. That was a ton of fun.
Yep.
We tweaked it a little bit this year to kind of spread the love a little bit more on all of the prizes and giveaways.
Yep.
So there are going to be an epic amount of chances to win something cool.
Yep.
On the summer road trip. And we're going to post the details regularly and the updates regularly in that summer road trip chat room.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, make sure you're using that community page, and even for the chat rooms, and even for the direct messaging. If you see someone hit a cool card that you want, you can PM them directly. If you have any support questions, all of that is in the app now. I mean, so if you haven't, we've been telling you guys about it for a while now, but make sure you're using it because it's there, and it's been pretty awesome actually to have that in app now. Yeah,
Chris asked if we selected all of our interior finishes. Yeah, we did select all of the interior finishes. We designed some custom display cases, a lot of unique things about this store. So yeah, all of the interior finishings are this close to being done and should be wrapped up here in the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
So we're cranking along really, really nicely on that. We are going to we're going to relocate our kind of home base of operations from the Champlin store to the new store. I almost said the city. Woo! Woo! Still a top secret on the city, but I almost let it slip right there.
That's really funny.
So we're going to relocate our main base of operations from Champlin to the new store. So the breaking will move there. Our sorting and shipping will move there. Our operations will move there. PSA, eBay, all of that kind of stuff. Because we do have a lot more space there.
Yep.
We're going from 3,000 square feet here to 6,000 square feet over there. And
it's gonna be such a nice
change. That's going to be a nice change. We'll have a little bit more room. This store here in Champlin will still be open. We'll still be rocking and rolling in this store. We'll still do events at this store and have a good time. But the breaks will be happening at the other store until we are filling more and more and more and more breaks and need the extra studios. So, these studios are going to stay here. And obviously our goal is that as we fill more and more and more breaks, we need more and more studios. So we can have, 3 or 4 studios live for Bowman release day and be cranking out even more products.
Yep.
So I do see a return to breaking in Champlin in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And
for special events,
like we can do it anytime. So.
Yep. Yeah. But the main base will be in the new store.
Yep.
So. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be different. I mean, I think of like, it was 5 years ago now that we moved from your house to here, and that feels like a distant memory of breaking, at your place. And then I look back on some of our first videos when we were here, and we didn't have any of this, like, it's just a plain white background and not much else in here, and how, kind of rudimentary it was. And now coming into this new shop, like, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good change. I'm excited. It's gonna be really cool. And this shop is gonna be so sweet.
I'm gonna have to plan ahead a little bit because I won't be able to like roll in hot like I have been when I only live 2 miles away.
Yeah.
I live 2 miles away, so it's like whoop, rolling in at 9:05 and 3 seconds.
Yeah. Leaving at 9:01 to get
leaving
here
at
9:04
and rolling in here at 9:04 when to be ready to go for all cards shipped.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of planning because we'll have a little bit more of a drive on our hands. But
yeah.
It'll
be good. It'll be fun.
You guys have a little bit different opinions than I do of Resurgence. Resurgence is actually probably my favorite of the recent Topps non-licensed products.
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I don't hate it.
I really enjoyed it. I felt like it was like kind of like a cross between like Spectra and Phoenix.
Correct.
That's kind of what it felt like to me, like Spectra and Phoenix.
Yep.
But obviously a lot more affordable than something like Spectra. I feel like they did a really great job with the patch autos on that. And so I actually really liked it. Again, the big guys were super hittable. So you could hit the best, you could hit the best quarterbacks pretty easily on there. So I really liked Resurgence. I opened a decent amount of that for myself. So I'll probably open a little bit on Midnight.
Yeah.
I like that product, and we'll see how that goes today. But yeah, some of this Topps football stuff, you have to look at it a little bit through this lens. I mean, obviously we weigh these things based off of their resale value of the singles. We are smack dab in the middle of the lowest point of football singles sales of the year.
For sure.
In the middle of the off season.
Yep.
Right? So middle of the off season, all football cards are down
compared to where they
are in season.
Yep.
And so when you're looking at resale value, like you're buying at the bottom. Like you're buying Resurgence or Midnight or these products at the bottom. I mean, I fully expect at a minimum 20 to 30% pop on these going into season.
For sure.
Like we see on football every year, on every sport. Going into the season, these cards are going to go up 20 to 30 points as people start getting hyped about preseason. They start getting hyped about how their quarterback is going to perform. All the Bears fans are going to be like, we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Everybody else knows that there's no shot, but Bears fans think they're going to win the Super Bowl. And so everybody's out there buying Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels was an absolute monster last year. And people are going to go hard on him going into the season in anticipation of a big season. And so we're also going to be in a little bit of vacuum for products and new releases. So we're kind of getting towards the end of football releases for Topps until they hold off for their license to kick in the spring. We're going to actually have a vacuum of product. Going into the football season and during the football season. So I think even sealed Topps football right now could be a hold.
100%.
Because the people are going to be hungry for football products and there aren't going to be any new ones releasing. So I think there's a really unique dynamic that's going to come into play with all of this Topps stuff. The signature class, the Resurgence, Inception, the Midnight, all of these are going to be in a really unique situation that we haven't really seen in the past going into the season. So I wouldn't dismiss them too quickly. I think you're going to see some real big shifts.
100%. To answer your question, Chris, yes, the new store will have better soundproofing for the studios. Right now it's a fun novelty, but we are going to switch that up.
We'll put a little bit more between the studios.
Exactly.
It doesn't help that these our two studios here face each other.
And you're talking right
so
into
you're
each other.
talking at the same wall.
Right.
And your speakers are the microphones are right near the walls. So that doesn't help. No. I think the studios will also be set up differently. So in the studios, you won't be talking at the same wall.
Correct.
But we didn't have a choice here because of the way the doors and everything are here. But building out this new space from scratch, we could put the doors where we want them.
Yeah.
So we won't have that same dynamic.
Cole brought up the. It's funny because I see it every time I go on YouTube to grab a link for a break. I see it pop up. It's like one of our featured breaks. Or one of our featured videos. The Superfractor scandal video.
Oh man,
That's a throwback.
The drum video.
Yes.
We actually had people at the time.
Yeah.
That was such a hot topic when we did that video. We had people at the time that were like, how do they know? How can they tell? I can't believe it. They're getting rigged. Breakers are getting rigged cases. They know where the superfractors are. Like, it was unbelievable to me
pretty funny.
that watching that clearly satire video, people actually thought that there was that we were actually using a garbage can drum to telegraph superfractors coming out of packs.
That was a great one.
Mind-boggling how people replied. And then other people were like, oh, this is gonna destroy your reputation. You remember that? Like,
Yeah.
This is gonna destroy your reputation and your brand, and everybody's just gonna think that you're cheaters. And I'm just like, honestly, if they are that dumb, we might not want them as customers. I mean, like, it was.
Those are the same people that commented on Bones' video.
Oh no, that person that just hates the hobby is never going to buy a brake spot from us.
It's a shame. That's a shame. Yeah, that was a fun video.
Yeah.
We've got, we'll potentially be doing some more, not necessarily more stuff like that, but we are in the process of hiring.
For a new marketing position.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we've got a new marketing position that we're working on trying to hire for. And that one, I think is going to allow us to do a lot more just kind of organic content, behind the scenes videos, things like that. I think we do a pretty good job of like produced content, produced graphics, produced videos, things like that. But we want to do a little bit more behind the scenes, like get to know us, get to know the sorting guys, just peek behind the curtain kind of stuff. And better coverage at like real-time coverage on release days, real-time coverage on events, things like that. So yeah, this new position is like a social media content, organic content position. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with that.
Ouch, Al.
I mean, finally, Emil gets fired like three times a week. So.
No, this is not replacing me yet. This is going to be one of those, like, training your replacement situations.
I mean, like, it's hard to fire somebody that makes so little money because, like, pretty much guaranteed I would have to pay his replacement more than him, so.
Correct.
But, I mean, I am getting rid of the freeloader a little bit.
That means you're on the hot seat because I'm free to leave now.
My
employment is not tied to my housing situation, my living situation anymore.
He has a little bit been like stuck in indentured servitude. He's living at my house for the past 4 years, almost 5 years.
5 years.
5 years, right, almost exactly 5 years.
Crazy.
He's lived at my house for 5 years in the apartment above the garage, and he's finally found a girl who could tolerate having him, so he's moving out this month.
Yeah.
And but that was one of the things that I was able to hold over his head and be like, if you don't do what I say, then you're going to be homeless. And now I'm not going to have that anymore.
We call that leverage.
Now I'm just going to be like, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to tell Jenna, and you're going to be in trouble. that might be worse.
That would be way worse, actually.
So
definitely way worse.
So.
Don't worry, Keith. My signed Funko is never going down in value.
Oh, man, you got the anal one? Gross.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Gross. Who got mine?
I actually don't know. We should bring those back. We did those were a while ago. We should bring those back.
Who got my signed Funko?
It's probably in the trash somewhere. It's like, oh, dang it. I get skunked.
Oh man, I'm gonna buy that back
For how much?
for when I'm famous.
You didn't even do a nickname on it, did you?
No, I should have done a nickname.
What nickname do you
I had
have?
a lot of nicknames, a lot of different nicknames. You know, I mean,
Loser, idiot.
you're fired. You're fired and you're homeless. So I mean, I think a lot of people end up with like guys in sports, maybe girls too, end up with like their last name as their nickname.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like mine started there in high school, but then kind of evolved. It wasn't an awesome evolution. It went from Holland
Yeah.
to Hollywood to Woody. So
Oh, that's right. We talked about that
because we've got Nate, who his nickname is Woody. I'm like I used to have a nickname of Woody.
That's really funny.
Gonzo. I was in college. They called me Gonzo because, like, in the summer when I actually am outside, I'm never outside anymore. But in the summer when I'm outside, I get like super tan. And at the time, in college I had this goatee.
Oh, you told me.
I was
this
really
story.
thin,
Yeah.
had this goatee, and was super tan. And everybody thought that I looked like Luis Gonzalez
Right.
when he was playing.
We
on the
looked this
Diamondbacks.
up a while ago, and I was like, "Wow, this is actually kind of crazy."
legit with a tan and a goatee and a slightly thinner face.
Yeah.
I looked like Luis Gonzalez from the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
And so they called me Gonzo in college. But in high school or in elementary school in 5th grade, my first nickname was Horse.
Why?
So I got the nickname Horse from my 5th grade traveling basketball coach.
Okay.
Because he would call me a workhorse. He'd be like, but he would always be getting on me to like run harder or run faster up and down the court.
Get on your horse?
So he would always say, "Unhitch the plow." So he would be like, "Come on, you workhorse, unhitch the plow," and that evolved into horse. And I actually still have some of my friends from when I played basketball in 5th grade
really
that
funny.
would call me Horse.
That's really funny.
So-
I'm not sure you're allowed to say that to kids these days.
Unhitch the plow.
Yeah, I don't think you can say that.
No.
I feel like it's kind of like a bad joke. That's always how I took it.
Oh.
Like if I was telling people to do that, I was just calling them fat. Or not necessarily calling them fat, but saying like you're super slow, probably because you're a little bit on the huskier side.
Yeah. So that's my evolution of nicknames: Horse to Holland to Hollywood to Woody to Gonzo,
Got it.
and now it's just Boss.
I don't think anyone calls you that.
Boss. Zach calls me Boss.
Yeah, that's a pity boss. He's just doing that just to butter you up.
Yeah.
You don't want to hear what we call you behind your back.
Hey, listen. All I know is that they for sure call you worse names behind your back than they call me.
That is actually 100% true.
What's your shop nickname?
I forget what it was. I tried to rid that of my brain when I heard it. What was it? Oh, let me think.
It was either like
It was like Little Ryan.
Little
or something
Ryan.
like that. And I just heard someone like casually say it at a show, I think, and I was like, wait. I was like, I doubled down. I was like, are they talking about me right now? Like, what did they just call me? Yeah, don't love that one.
Yeah.
You're right. That's way worse than anything else.
That is so way worse. That is the worst nickname.
Oh, all right.
Mighty Mouse. Keith Fields was Mighty Mouse. All right. Emil was Mouse, but without the mighty. Oh, too good, too good. Oh, we have rolled up on our 10 o'clock. Did you see any other questions?
Let's see who's gonna win the NBA Finals. That'll be OKC. That's an easy one. Emil's never gonna do a Q&A again. I have to. It's my job. Are you gonna turn the lights off in the new shop to take pictures of the break boxes?
That's actually really funny.
if we design it correctly, hopefully not.
That's super funny. I like that question.
Nope, that is it for the questions that I see.
Yeah, if you're not local, We use the table out in the store, like especially for mixers.
Yeah.
For mixers, when we spread out all of these boxes and take the photo that you see in the app, we do it on the table out in the shop. But it's got so much overhead LED lighting that we have to turn the lights off in the store
Just to make it clear.
to take that picture without a ton of glare.
Yep.
And never fails. Like it's like normal, casual for us. We just turn the light off real quick. There's always somebody in the store like, "Are you closing?"
It's 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's 2:00 in the afternoon. Are you guys closing? Are you closing?
We reverted to just saying like, "Hey guys, turn the lights off real quick. Just take a picture," instead of just dropping it on them.
Yeah, everyone's like, "What happened? The power go out?"
So one of my favorite things to do. So my last job was at a hockey equipment store, just a city over, and whenever we had like weekends, tournaments going on, quiet in the store, but because the games were going on, but like a bunch of the younger siblings of kids that were playing would come to the store, and they'd always make everything a mess, and they'd always be grabbing sticks and putting them somewhere else and grabbing gloves off the wall and everything like that. So what I started doing is just sitting in the back and just turning all the lights off and not saying anything. And they'd like get all scared and then just run out of the store. Like, oh, they're like something's happening. So maybe that's what, if we ever have someone that's really annoying in here, we'll just do that. Just drop the lights and just walk away.
Yep, there you go. There you go. No, I don't think we addressed Stone Cold Cope asked earlier. I saw it earlier. The better investment between a Series 2 case or a Bowman Mega case?
I'm just doing the costs in my head. Similar cost from like a hobby case to a Bowman Mega case. I think I'm leaning Series 2 case, personally. I love Bowman Megas, and I love Bowman, obviously. Megas are some of my favorite rips, just in general. But I think if you do Series 2 on release, it's a big rookie class. I personally feel like that's the way to go.
Yeah, I think the key word here is investment.
Yeah.
And so it kind of depends on what you mean by investment. If you mean like, what am I going to rip and hold for a long time?
Yeah, you're probably
then you might go Bowman. You might go Bowman Mega, maybe. If you're gonna rip and list for like ROI, like I'm gonna rip this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna list all of the cards on eBay right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think Flagship is one of the best rips of any product all year long.
Yep.
When it comes to like rip and list.
You rip a case on release day, you sell all the base, you get all the inserts up, you get all the color up, you sell every single card.
Put some sets together,
yes.
Pre-sell your sets on eBay, sell the inserts.
Yeah.
Sell all the inserts, like the pick your inserts to all the people who are trying to complete their master sets.
Mm-hmm.
You sell all the parallels, you sell all the hits, everything like that. It's probably the best ROI. Like now they're not all going to win. You're still going to take L's, but some products you get 20% out of if you rip it and hit a bad case.
Yep.
Right? But I feel like if you're willing to put the work in to sell everything in Flagship,
I agree.
Then like the bad cases are still like 60%.
Correct.
You
can just sell so much stuff that to just chip away at your
yeah, I mean, you're gonna make cost. It's not gonna be glamorous. You got to make your money back, $3 to $10 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if
away.
that is part of what you enjoy in the hobby, and you don't have a problem doing the whole eBay grind and everything like that, then Flagship is by far the best, consistent ROI of anything.
Yep.
So, yeah, I enjoy that. Like, it's one of the reasons why I always rip Series 1, Series 2, and update cases.
Yep.
Because I know that can just go on eBay, and I had a great time ripping, and I'm going to get a good chunk of my money back, even if I don't hit anything
100%.
big. So, and you still have big hits. You know,
Yeah.
you still have these low-numbered rookie parallels and, you know, the patch autos that you can hit and the reverence.
I mean, I don't necessarily
And-
agree fully with more upside with Bowman Megas over a Series 2 case.
I think there is, because you can hit color Made auto in a
Yeah.
Bowman Mega case.
Yeah.
And you can't hit anything on that order of magnitude in flagship.
I think you can. I personally think you can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that.
And some of the, especially if you're looking at Series 2, what some of the Roki color is going to do is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a lot harder to hit,
Correct. Yeah.
right? So it's going to be easier to hit an orange Made Mojo Auto out of Bowman Mega than a camo
Yeah, oh, yeah, 100%.
Roki out of Series 2.
Correct.
They just make such an epic amount of flagship
Yep.
that it's a really, really tough hit.
Yep.
So I think you probably do have more upside. You have more upside and downside on Bowman Mega.
Yeah.
But you also have, you know, I mean, we know how these first mojos can go with
Correct.
these guys. Like, you can have a first mojo that's worth $1 today
Yep.
be worth 30 in 2 years.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, that's where you sell the big guys and just stash the rest of the base and just go through. That's when like every other 2 months, like throughout the next couple of years, you just like pop through and it's like, oh, this dude's playing well.
Oh, this
I've
guy's
got a
on
stack
fire.
of
Oh,
10
I
of
got a
them.
PCA.
Yeah.
I've got a Pete Crow Armstrong first Bowman, you know, mojo from my
Exactly.
Mega. It wasn't that big of a card when I pulled it, but now it's got some value.
Yep.
So there's more trailing value
100%.
out of Bowman Mega also.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
So I mean, yeah, the easy answer, rip them both, baby.
Rip 'em both.
Let's go. Let's go.
Why not both?
And if you wanna rip that kind of stuff, guys, feel free to hit us up for sealed product also. So obviously you can buy you know, off of a place like Blowout Cards or Dave and Adams or things like that. But we could always throw a case of Bowman Megas into like personals and then ship it sealed instead of ripping it live.
Yep.
So, you know, that's really easy for us to do. Or throw a case of, you know, maybe we can do that for Series 2. Maybe we can throw some cases in the app
Yeah, we will, for sure.
specifically to ship sealed.
Yep. We did that for Series 1.
Yeah, we did that for Series 1. So we can do some of that also.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
excellent.
All right. That's probably about time, huh?
That's time. Appreciate you guys as always. If you ever have special requests on boxes or cases or anything for personals, I mean, we have an epic amount of inventory in the store. Just send us a message. Send us a DM in the app, and we'll make sure that we get you guys taken care of, whether that's shipped sealed or ripped for you live. Happy to take care of you guys, and appreciate your support. Breaks are dropping now. We've got a fun day with some new releases. Grab some spots, and we will see you next